All right, let's just jump right into this. If you've been paying any attention to the markets lately, you've seen one asset just completely defy gravity in a way that has left pretty much everyone speechless. We're talking about silver, of course, and its recent rally has been nothing short of explosive.
I mean, just look at this number. That's a 170% price increase in 2025 alone. That makes it one of the single best performing assets of the entire year. It has absolutely crushed stocks, bonds, and yeah, even its more famous cousin, gold.
So what on earth is going on here? Why is this metal, the one that traders literally call the devil's metal because it's so ridiculously volatile, why is it suddenly going to the moon? Well, that's the big mystery we're going to unpack right now.
To really understand this story, first thing you got to do is forget about fancy silverware or jewelry. That's not what this is about. The real story starts with silver's hidden identity as a totally critical, irreplaceable piece of our modern world.
You see, silver basically has a split personality. Gold is, well, it's gold. It's mostly a precious metal, a store of value. But silver lives this whole double life. And right now, it's that industrial side, its insane electrical conductivity, its vital role in green tech that is driving this unbelievable price surge.
And here's the thing. It's become essential in a way most people just don't realize. I mean, think about your day so far. The smartphone in your pocket, the 5G network it connects to, every EV you saw on the road, the solar panels powering our grid, they all need silver. It's in every single circuit board. You literally can't escape it. And the data backs this up completely. A massive 60% of all silver demand now comes from industry. That's not investors buying coins or people buying necklaces. It's the factories building our future. This industrial demand has created this permanent, rock-solid floor for how much silver the world needs.
Okay, so that's the first piece of the puzzle. Demand is just through the roof. But here's where the story gets really interesting. When you have demand like that, you need supply to match it. And with silver, well, that's just not happening.
The numbers here are just jaw-dropping. In 2025, the world needed 1.24 billion ounces of silver, but we only managed to produce 1 billion ounces. We are literally consuming it way faster than we can pull it out of the ground, and that's created this huge structural deficit. So the obvious question is, why can't we just mine more? And this is the core of the problem. Get this. A staggering 80% of the world's silver doesn't come from actual silver mines. It's a byproduct. It's the stuff you get when you're really mining for other things like copper or zinc. And that's the crucial point. You can't just decide to ramp up silver production. To get more silver, you have to mine a ton more copper, whether the world needs more copper or not. It means the supply is incredibly inflexible, or what economists would call inelastic. It just can't respond. And even if you said, okay, fine, let's just open a new, dedicated silver mine. Well, good luck with that. Even after you find a promising new deposit, it takes on average 12 to 15 years before you see a single ounce of silver. The supply chain just isn't built for speed.
Okay, so let's recap. We have surging industrial demand slamming into a crippled supply chain. I mean, that's already a perfect recipe for crazy high prices. But then, a major global player made a move that basically poured gasoline on the entire fire.
For months, we've been seeing this really strange gap grow. Over in the West, on the COMEX exchange, the price for paper silver was, say, around $72 an ounce. But in Shanghai, where they trade for actual physical metal, the price was $78. That premium is a massive red flag. It tells you the real, physical stuff is getting much harder to get your hands on. So why is China so obsessed with securing physical silver? Well, they learned this lesson the hard way. Back in the 1930s, their entire silver-based economy was basically crippled by foreign market games. And they never forgot that lesson. If you don't control a resource that's strategic to you, someone else can and will use it against you.
And listen, we have seen this exact playbook from them before. Remember the 2010s and rare earth elements? It was the same exact thing. They reclassified them as strategic, they slapped on export controls, and boom, suddenly they had immense leverage over the entire global tech industry.
And now, they are running the same play with silver. As of January 1st, 2026, they've put silver under these dual-use export controls. Now, it's not an outright ban, but what it really means is that Beijing now acts as the gatekeeper. They get to decide who gets access to the silver that's processed in their country, which is a huge portion of the global supply.
So where does all this leave us? You've got this perfect storm of market fundamentals and huge geopolitical moves. And it all brings us to the most important question of all. What happens now?
It really boils down to these four massive forces all colliding at once. You've got the industrial demand floor that isn't going anywhere. You have a supply that just can't keep up. You have a speculative fever with investors piling in and amplifying every move. And now you have China acting as a geopolitical gatekeeper. It's an incredibly complex and volatile mix. And just to put today's prices into some kind of context, because they seem crazy high, if you look at silver's last big peak back in 1980 and adjust it for inflation, it would be the same as $150 an ounce today. So while the current rally feels extreme, it's not totally unprecedented.
So we're left with this one crucial question. Are we just watching a classic speculative bubble that's being inflated by hype and fear? Or are we witnessing the fundamental repricing of a metal that is no longer a luxury, but is now the absolute key to building our entire electrified future? The answer to that is going to define the markets for years to come.